This is Chief Hunting Bear in Westlake MacArthur Park. I just met Alley Cat Jones, and she's a very holy woman. And we're talking. I was originally attracted to talking to her because of how beautiful her fashion is. That she designed this herself. I'm going to just walk around and show you this. I saw her walking through the train. She has very asymmetrical. It's lower on one side than the other. And but she and I understand each other. First, I worship Mother God Gaia, and she is a. What would you like to say about Lucifer?
Okay, so basically, I know that for the last 300 years, there was a fake Lucifer that was caused from sin of a person who was a forger of his scripture. So this person, when he went down, because literally he had gotten like a bloodthirsty disease and he had killed quite a few women, it had created like this, let's say, dirte, basically, that literally said he was Lucifer and went around promoting sin. So he went around everywhere for the last 300 years telling the members of the Illuminati, who are some of the highest power heads of wealth in the world, that they were meant to promote sin. So that has been the biggest issue for Chief Hunting Bear here, I can tell, because everything that he has been going up against and experimenting on and experimenting with and experiencing, he's like, what is going on here? And that's what happened. So all of a sudden we got rid of the fake Lucifer. I myself am the female Lucifer, meaning the bringer of light. And I know that all of you have had this feeling that there must be like a reason why he or she like might have like not been great, because her name and his name mean bringer of light. So my name is Ashkenamati Lucifer. That means Earth Protector, bringer of light. So I do a lot of superhero work. We've disintegrated the nuclear rods that were sitting in the Fukushima oceans. We've prevented this place from getting taken over by a few different alien races. We have we've made sure to bring about actual knowledge of enlightenment and infinite life to the people that strive for it the most. The people that are the most determined are the ones that are apt for it in this lifetime. So I've got news for you. So I myself too was sent in by Omni and Mother Father Earth into a hospital in Dallas, of all places, because the police officers saw me walking around for days without sleep, without food, without water, and they were like, this might be somebody who could be a concern in the future, because she is so, let's say, provisional and in our like way, basically. Like I kept like going up to them, kept going to the cops to give them miracles, give them prophecy, interact with them in any way. So they saw me not needing any sleep, walking around, and that isn't a manic disorder. Sometimes if a person doesn't figure out enlightenment or infinite life, they may have an imbalance going on in their brain where it's like issues. It's like your body telling you there's issues, but you're meant to stay awake for as long as you want, as long as you resist the 8 deadliest sins. So once I did that, I did my 30-day juice fasting. I went out in the world. It cured my hypoglycemia, so I was actually able to fast, where before I would have had to eat in less than 3 or 4 hours, or otherwise I would have fainted. And I fainted so many times in my life. And that was over history, years of genetic experimentation, probably weird things and vaccines, weird illnesses throughout my genetic history, even though I have one of the purest bloodlines of you know, of a European mutt, basically, or a worldly mutt. So these resolutions that Chief Hunting Bear should use are: A, let's get more people enlightened by telling people to resist the 8 deadliest sins. Therefore, the people that feel like they're concerned about those that have actual power of, let's say, mental thought or mind control, or let's say even abilities out there, they're one of those. They're one of those where their abilities have become invoked upon the light turning on in their pineal gland. Once the light turns on, because your genetics are ready for this, they have understanding, compassion, knowingness, wisdom, intuition, all of the 7 abilities of grace and justice, which you might call 7 abilities of spirit, or abilities or gifts from spirit. So with that said, resist the 8 deadliest sins, the 8th being the left pinky toe on your body. That is your 8th chakra. When you pull on that sucker, that is going to release the black essence of light of justice for your life, and that's part of me, right? Part of me is Lucifer. I was queen of hell for thousands of years before I came up into this physical being 27 years ago or so. So once that happened, and also being the queen of angels and the queen of heaven, with my soul being Ashkenamati, Yeshua's queen up there, right? So this being said, all these beings that have lived infinitely that you hear about in the Tibetan mountains, or in Japan or in Australia, like wherever you're hearing about these people, they're real. And they figured out infinite life, and so can you. And if you are not apt for infinite life because your twin flame or your lover flame or your one true love is not on this planet, you are still apt for enlightenment. You are still apt for all knowingness, all lovingness, and all forgivingness. So pay attention to that. Buy the Lamsa Bible. It was a Bible that was found in Persia 130 years ago that Yeshua had left there with his Essene Brotherhood on purpose because he had premonition and prophecy that there would be corruption in kings that would alter his word. And so therefore he left a version in Persia. So I myself have sent many messages to him in the past through written form in order to give him certain prophecies of this. And so this young man here who has been let's say protesting these issues, he now has resolution. So the answer for the hospitals is get those people that are in charge of those hospitals enlightened so that they have compassion, they have their abilities invoked, and they don't have any issues. The second one,
wait, Miss Lucifer, let's take an intermission because I think it might be too long for one video, and I'll come right back to you.
Okay.
Sure that I can.